Well everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE and see how this particular tablet holds up in 2024. Now, the thing I will definitely tell you about this particular tablet is that there is a lot of reason why these particular tablets hold up so well. I think Samsung did a pretty good job with this particular tablet when it first came out a couple of months ago. And now that we're looking at this tablet in this day and age, I still think it's a very, very decent tablet for the average everyday person. And the coolest thing I like about the Tab S9 FE is that it's not like a super crazy expensive tablet. I was able to pick mine up from like Best Buy for like less than $400, which can be still expensive for some people, but just know that in the used market, they're a little bit cheaper and they're only going to get cheaper and cheaper as time progresses. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you want to pick up this tablet or some other tablets that I'd recommend buying, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the same time. Now, starting off with the outside of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE, on the front of this tablet, you are actually getting a 10.9-inch IPS LCD panel. It's a 1440p display, 90Hz display too, and it's like a pretty good looking, tablet. I like it a lot, and it's because it does have a 90Hz display, it does kind of make it a little bit of a better device that I recommend a majority of people over something that just has like a standard other type of display. That's kind of the one thing that I've always kind of seen. And if I'm going to go through and buy a type of device like this, I'm definitely going to go ahead and buy something that has a way better display than I'd want. And this thing actually does have a pretty decent display when it comes down to it. So this in and of itself gets a thumbs up for me. And the fact that it is 90Hz, again, is a very, very cool thing that I love. Now, another very big thing to keep in mind with this particular device is its flat side. I do think the body of this particular device is very nice. And if I'm going to go through, once again, if I'm going to go through and buy some sort of tablet, I definitely want it to have and look something like this. And this is a much more modern design than having something that's like a flat-sided kind of tablet. And actually, when I look at this thing and I look at something like even like an iPad 9 or a Google Pixel tablet, those tablets look a little bit more outdated than this one. And this I think is, it's not as cheap as something like the, iPad 9, but this is still a very good looking tablet that I like a lot. On top of that, you're also getting a micro SD card slot as well, which is another really cool asset. Once again, if you're buying some sort of new tablet, this thing that is giving you a little bit of a better, I would say, build quality than you'd probably expect, which is a super cool thing going on here. On the backside, complete flat back, still feels very aluminum, feels very good. It is built out of aluminum, which is very good. You're getting your camera in the top left corner, and overall, it's a very good looking device. You have an accessory port at the bottom of this tablet, and the fact that it does have expandable storage is very nice because you can easily just buy this thing and essentially have a really good time with it and expand your storage if you need to, and you don't have to spend more money by getting a better feeling or better, more powerful tablet if you just are complaining about the storage really. So this is a really good tablet I like a lot from that particular perspective. Now, another big thing is pricing. So as I mentioned before, this tablet, I was able to buy on sale for less than $400. I think it's around like $499 in the brand new market or something like that. But keep in mind, you can go ahead and get it for much cheaper if you just go ahead and buy this thing, in the used market. You can always buy this thing in other markets as well if you want to, but know that these things go on sale frequently. So you could probably pick it up for a lot cheaper than you'd probably expect. And if you're willing to go in the used market, I probably would recommend going down that direction as well. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there as well. Now on the camera side of things, this particular tablet is giving you a single camera setup on the back side and an ultra-wide camera on the front, which is very surprising. Now, the thing here is that with that back camera, it's an 8 megapixel sensor. It definitely is not the best camera of all time, and it's definitely going to be giving you, somewhat of a limited experience. As we get, these cameras that are getting older and older, these cheaper type of tablets get better and better cameras. But the problem here that we're kind of getting is that it really just isn't that great of a camera. It's okay, 4K at 30. If you're comparing this thing against the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9, this is probably one of the areas where the Tab S9 is definitely going to be giving you a way better camera than this thing. So this in and of itself, I would say, is probably going to be one of the bigger issues here. And once again, personally for me, I like having the capability of having a better, having a better camera. And although this thing is not terrible, you are definitely going to be getting a much better camera from something like the Galaxy Tab, S9 or S9 Plus or one of those tablets, even an S8 over this thing. Definitely not the biggest deal in the world, but I do like having that ultra-wide front camera. That is actually a very nice, cool thing going on here. And once again, like if I'm going through and if I'm buying some sort of a tablet, I actually do like this thing having that type of capability of it essentially having that better, camera on the front. Again, it's not a perfect camera, and I don't even know if you can do 4K on the front, but it is a nice touch that you can actually go through and just have this type of camera, working at a pretty decent level. And I do think this in and of itself is another cool thing going on here. So from that side of things, that kind of covers it up there. Now from the software standpoint, this is another interesting thing going on here. So this tablet is still supported with software. There's not much going on here, but I'm not really 100% too sure essentially what's going on with this particular tablet when it comes down to the future of it. Meaning, because this is the FE model, I don't know, and I have a hard time believing that these particular devices are going to go through and essentially get the same type of software updates as something like the Galaxy Tab, S9, in a way. Because this is the cheaper one, I don't know why Samsung would do that. So I generally don't think Samsung's probably going to do that. I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But that's probably another thing to keep in mind here, is that if you're going to want the kind of longer lasting tablet, there's a chance where the Tab S9, is probably going to be the longer lasting one, where the S9 FE may not be the one that'll last the longest for the, everyday person. So keep that in mind. But as of this point, this is still a very good supported tablet. You're still on Android 14 and may get Android 15 as well, but that's kind of just one big thing to kind of keep in mind here too. Now, in terms of the performance side, this is another thing, because this is not going to be giving you the same exact performance as something like the Galaxy Tab S9. And this is, like I said before, the camera was one of the bigger differences. This is the biggest difference, I would say, coming from the Tab S9 to the Tab S9 FE. You are going to be getting a pretty big drop in the performance sector, mostly because of that chipset. I love Snapdragon chipsets, and the Tab S9 is going to be giving you that Snapdragon chipset inside of that particular tablet. So with this one, you're going to be getting that Exynos 1380 chipset, which is still perfectly fine for the most part, with 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now, I think the RAM is perfectly fine if you're getting a tablet like this. I really don't think it's really even that big of a deal, and I think you're going to be probably okay with this type of tablet. But the issue that you're going to be running into, especially when you're comparing it against its main, competitor in a way, which is the Tab S9, that Tab S9, you're going to be getting a significantly better you're going to be getting a better chipset, but you're also going to be getting a better device that's going to be overall better from the performance perspective. I think this thing is still perfectly okay. I definitely do think if you're going to use this tablet just to write documents and use it as a pretty good performing tablet, then you'll probably be okay with this particular device. But if you're going through and if you're trying to use this thing as an everyday, crazy performing tablet that, you have to do everything with, this may not be the best performing one, or this may not be the first one I'd recommend buying, because there's definitely going to be issues that you're going to run into when it comes down to that perspective. So what I will definitely tell you is, in my personal opinion, these tablets I think are great. These are very good tablets. The, FE general, the FE lineup in general, I've loved a lot. And I definitely do think if you're going to go through and buy a tablet, this is not a bad option by any means at all. But keep in mind, this is my big thing, right? If I'm going to go through and recommend a tablet for some people to buy, I'm definitely going to say that these particular tablets are just, they're good if you can get them for a cheap price. Other than that, you are much better off buying some sort of a used Tab S9. I think those ones are going to be significantly better in almost every single way. And once again, when I'm going through and buying some sort of tablet, I definitely would say those are probably going to be the better ones in almost every single way, like the Tab S9s over this thing. So keep that in mind. Definitely not the end of the world or anything, but just a small thing to keep in mind there. I still like these tablets. I think they're great, but if I'm you, I would probably go and recommend buying, getting something like the Tab S9 for the most part. So that pretty much covers it up here. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.